Hi, this is Suzanne from Monster Tail by Choon's Design, the makers of Rainbow Loom. Today I'll be showing you how to make a quadfish bracelet that one of our viewers will have the chance to name. See full contest details in the About section below. At the end of this contest, when a name has been chosen, the name for the bracelet will appear as the title for this video. To make a standard 7-inch bracelet, you will need about 120 bands, or approximately 17 bands per inch. You'll also need a Monster Tail loom, a Rainbow Loom hook, and a C-clip. Pick out your color scheme. You will need about 80 A-colored bands for the outside of the bracelet and 10 each of colors B, C, D, and E for the inside. In this video, I will be using white, purple, turquoise, purple jelly, and turquoise jelly. Try not to use stretched out or used rubber bands, as these will affect the look of the bracelet. Organize your bands into 5 piles, A, B, C, D, and E, as I have done here. Pause the video here until you're ready to follow along. Now, let's get started. Position the loom so that the red mark is on the left side. The first step in making this bracelet will be placing an A-colored starter band between these 2 pins. Next, pull the band into the cloverleaf starter formation. Let me show you how this is done. With your hook, grab this outside band, pull it around this pin, catch it one side on the lip, and bring it around and release. Next, grab this bottom band, pull it around that pin, catch it on the lip, and release. Push that band down, and then place a B-colored band around all 4 pins. Slide those down. Then place an A-colored band vertically between these 2 pins. And then place another A-colored band vertically between the second row of pins. Once 3 bands are on each of the pins, it's time to start looping. Position your loom so that the red mark is on the left side, and then you'll lift the bottom band on each pin over the top of each pin. Turn your loom around and continue lifting that bottom band over each pin. Push those down and then reposition your loom. 2 bands will remain on each pin. For the next layer, place a C-colored band around all 4 pins. Notice that there's an A-colored band in between each layer. Lift the bottom band on each pin, up and over. Turn the loom around and continue lifting the bottom band over each pin. Reposition your loom. Push your bands down and then place 2 A-colored bands vertically between these 2 pins and then these 2 pins. Again, once 3 bands are on each of the pins, the bottom band will need to be lifted up and over each of those pins. The next band to be placed will be a D-colored band. Push your bands down and then place that band around all 4 pins. Each time a band is added, and there are 3 bands on each pin, you'll lift the bottom one up and over the pins. Once again, place 2 A colored bands vertically between these 2 pins and then again between these 2. Your alternating layers, and your A colored bands will always be placed vertically and the other colored bands will always be placed around all 4 pins. Again, we have 3 bands on each pin and it's time to lift. So we lift that bottom band on each of the pins, up and over, and reposition our loom. Now it's time to place our E colored band around all 4 pins. We place that band on and then we lift. I'll repeat this pattern one more time. Push your bands down, and we are alternating layers, so you have your A and then your other color. So the next layer will be an A colored band. We place our A colored bands vertically between these 2 rows of pins and then lift. Reposition your loom, and then you'll place your B colored band, which is the next color in your color scheme, around all 4 pins, and then you lift the bottom band on each pin over. Push your bands down, your alternating layers, so the next layer will be your A layer. The A layer will always be placed in the 2 vertical rows. 3 bands are on each pin, and you lift the bottom band up and over each pin. We continue with our C layer, and that's placed around all 4 pins, and then we lift the bottom band push down, reposition your loom, and then it's time to place another layer of your A colored bands and then continue lifting. The next color in our color scheme is your D colored band. That is placed around all 4 pins. And then you lift the bottom one. You always want to make sure you're lifting the same color up and over each pin. Push those down. And it's time to place another A layer. We place those vertically between those 2 pins and these 2, and then you lift. Turn your loom around. Reposition, push down, and then we place the last color in our color scheme, your E colored band, around all 4 pins, and then you loop. Pull that out and you should start seeing the pattern of your bracelet. Continue placing and looping all layers for this bracelet until the desired length of the bracelet is reached. One way to find the correct length of your bracelet is to wrap it around your wrist, the end of your bracelet center. Bring your loom around, and once those two touch, you've reached the correct length for your bracelet. You will need to end your bracelet on an A-colored band. So you'll place your A bands vertically between the two pins. Lift the bottom A-colored band over each of the pins. Pull down, and this is where you're ready to end your bracelet. You may want to pause the video here until you have reached the desired length. Now that you have just lifted the A-colored bands, an additional A-colored band should be placed around all 4 pins. Push that down, and then lift the bottom band on each pin up and over, leaving 2 A-colored bands on each pin. Pull your bracelet down. Next, lift the bottom A-colored band over each pin, leaving just 1 A-colored band on each pin. Pull your bracelet down. And now, to finish the bracelet, we'll pull each of these bands over to 1 pin. With your hook, grab this band and bring it over that pin. Then grab this band and bring it over. And then grab this band and lay it over flat around that pin. Turn your loom, slide your hook all the way down through the channel of that pin so that all 4 bands are around the hook. And then slide those bands to the next pin. This will create an area that you can attach your C-clip. Grab your C-clip, slide it over all the bands, twist it so that you make sure it's on there securely, and then you can lift the bands up off the pins and remove your bracelet. Then on the other end, with your hook, slide it through those starter bands, and once you have all 4 around your hook, pull the bracelet away, slide your finger in through all of those bands, and this is where you can attach the other end of your C-clip. Snap that over, pull your hook out, and there you have your finished bracelet.